Hi, this is just a short follow-up video on the Remington KMC, on the dismantling of it or disassembly, because when you're putting it together you might run into a couple of issues which are easily solved, but it's always nice to know it beforehand and also know what you need to do to troubleshoot. Mainly I'm going to be talking about the ribbon advancement system and the margin release. Let's start off with the ribbon advancement system. So now I'm going to attempt to put it back in. I've placed that one down, I did the same on the side. Now this thing needs to go in from the top, otherwise I can't put these two between the key levers. This thing needs to go somewhere sticking out the back, underneath that drum. This one goes through a hole in the top. So yeah. The idea is good, but it's not super easy. So I'm gonna pass those. No, not like that. Yeah, it's gonna be like this. Top bolts, past bolts. Oh, not yet. We're hung up a bit. I know. So like that. On the side there are these springs of these levers over here for the ribbon cover. Those need to bypass that bolt as well. There are some tiny tracks in there. One over here and one over there. When you have a KMC, well, maybe I can just get you guys a little bit closer. So there's a track over here, this little indentation. Same on the other side. You should be able to put the bottom appendages on those tracks and then you should be able to slide it in, I think. Easier said than done. As is usual. Sorry about shit lighting. It is what it is for the moment. Okay, that's that. Sliding in. Now I should be able to lower it. There we go. As you can see, it's just a narrow gap. I'm gonna try to nope, it's not properly connected, see? Should be, that little rod should be in that slot. I've positioned the fork in the right direction now, and normally I should be able to slide it in. See, there's the fork and the little rod. So there's the rod and the fork is now coming in there, or should be going in there. Yep, there we go. Something's not, wait, yeah, that's just resistance from the lever getting to the right position. Is it in? No, I think it's still on top. Well, let's get you out again. Let's position that fork just a little bit more like so. Nope, needs to be down a little bit more. Or maybe I can move that one a bit more up. That's also possible. Yes. Now it's connected in the right way. As you might have seen in my video where I take this machine apart, this pin over here is connected to your typewriter core, and so is this pin over here. Now these come back normally, not gonna have too many issues with that one, but one thing you might have an issue with is this fellow over here, which is basically your margin release. Now I'm going to show you what it should look like on the inside. So this over here is your margin release system, and what sometimes happens is when you slide your entire keyboard system back in, or your core, that this peg over here ends up behind over here, and then it doesn't work anymore, because what it needs to do is just give it a little tug, and then this thing moves and drops your line lock. It looks a bit odd now. It definitely works, but I also noticed it's very sensitive to your machine not being level. So make sure your feet are level before you try to fix this. But this is how it's supposed to look. It's not supposed to be behind this thing, otherwise it won't function. Well, to fix it, you need to do the following thing. Well, this is what I did anyway. I took a headlight, switched it on, like so. Then you just put the headlight bit underneath the machine, so you have some lighting in there. Like so. What you can do then is check in here through this hole how and where that bit is positioned whilst you undo this screw. Well, you loosen it up, and then you need to make sure that you hold on to whatever is also attached to the screw, namely this spacer and this fellow over here, so you don't lose that, and that stays in place. And then you can jiggle this thing up and over and back down again, and you can check through this gap that it's actually where it's supposed to be, thanks to the lights you have placed underneath there. So that was it for these two little problems. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments or questions, just leave them in the comment section. Bye bye!